Well, the Time Warner Cable News Siena Research Institute poll releasing a new poll last night that shows the incumbent Congressman Chris Gibson holding a big lead over Democratic challenger Sean Eldridge. Gibson now leads 58 to 35%. That's down a percentage point from 7 weeks ago. And as for the race for governor, it appears to be a toss-up in the 19th congressional district. Governor Cuomo has a 37% favorability rating, while Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino has a 35% favorability rating. Here to break down what those numbers mean and some other recent polls involving local politicians, Steve Greenburg from the Siena Research Institute. And thank you very much for being with us. We don't usually have you in person. It's nice to have you here today.
It's great to be in Schenectady.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's start with this Gibson race. And what are we seeing here? We have Eldridge, I know, has been criticized in the past for not running a good race. Are your numbers showing that's the case?
Well, the amazing thing about this one, Liz, is that in the 7 weeks between the two Siena polls, virtually no change. Chris Gibson was at 57% favorable the first poll back in early September. Now he's at 60% favorable. Despite all of the campaigning, all of the money, all of the negative ads on both sides of the aisle, this race has not changed at all in 7 weeks. So here we are, less than a week from when voters go to the polls, and Chris Gibson's got an enormous 23-point lead.
And you talk about negative ads. I was going to ask you, you had another poll out just earlier in the week with Elise Stefanik and Aaron Wolf. And that one has been marked by some very nasty campaigning on both sides, nasty ads, certainly. Has that had an impact? Because she has a big lead, too.
Well, I think it certainly has. Look, here you have two first-time candidates. Neither one has run before. This is a huge district. I mean, it's bigger than the state of Rhode Island in terms of area. It picks up a bunch of media markets down here, as well as Plattsburgh and Watertown. And those ads have worked. Certainly the ads on Stefanik's side have worked. She's viewed favorably by a plurality of the voters in the district. Aaron Wolf is not. He is viewed unfavorably by a majority of voters in the district. And as such, in our first poll, she was up by 13 points. Now she's up by 18 points with about a week to go to Election Day.
Just quickly here, Fred Dicker was on last night talking about the Republicans who seem to be doing well in the most recent polls. And he thinks that there's some kind of a backlash here against Obama and Cuomo policies that we're seeing in play. Is that what you're finding?
Well, certainly in the districts we're looking at, that's part of what we're seeing. But you got to remember, we're only looking at marginal districts. We're not looking at the safe Democratic districts throughout New York City and downstate area.
All right. Well, Steve Greenburg, thanks so much for being with us. We'll look forward. I know you've got a couple more polls coming up. We'll look forward to those. And of course, Election Day now less than a week away. We're following candidates in dozens of local races. You can learn who's who before heading to the polls by going to our website, cbs6albany.com.